This trip to Ghana was actually very last minute. I was like, it was so cold, thought, gotta get out of here.
I'm Vanessa Canby, and in this video I take my 2-month-old baby to Ghana for the first time, as well as my 3 older children, and we have a few nights by the beach and then some time in Accra. We flew from Edinburgh to Amsterdam with KLM, which takes about an hour and a half. And then when we got to Amsterdam, they actually had this baby care lounge, which was amazing. There was cots, there was a place to warm up food, there was changing stations, and they also had a few great play areas throughout the airport in Schiphol, don't know how to pronounce it. Then we were on to the flight from Amsterdam to Accra, Ghana with KLM as well. We like to take the 4 middle seats so that we can kind of spread out. Ideally, we would have been at the bassinet seat, but that wasn't possible. Then we landed and we hired this 14-seater minibus with Joseph. I will put actually got a different driver to drive us.
We are at Till's Beach Resort for 2 nights, and this trip to Ghana was actually very last minute. The kids were on holiday, well, about to go on Easter holiday, and I was like, it was so cold. Although it actually did warm up before we came, and I thought, gotta get out of here. So, could be parenting there, could be parenting here. I'd rather do it here. This is the first time bringing all 4 kids. My youngest son is only 2 months old. Surprisingly, he's totally fine with the heat, and you know, he's sleeping well in the buggy when we're at the beach, and it's actually very chill. And then my 2-year-old, he's very active, so he would run straight into the sea given the opportunity. Oh no, he's actually running right now. And then I've got an 11-year-old and also an 8-year-old. So the beach is just the perfect place to take them. We used to come here to Till's Beach Resort when I was, what age was I, Mum? Maybe 3. Wow. So we've been coming here since I was 3 years old. It's different. They've totally renovated the place, and it's still under construction a bit on one side, but they've built new villas, a new communal swimming pool, and we're staying in a 5-bedroom villa that has its own private pool, and I'll do a whole separate video about that. And it's just so nice. And the restaurant's great. The food's really good. It's just such a nice place to come if you're in Ghana for the weekend, or if you're working from home, I guess you could just come here during the week. It's just so relaxing. And the beach is really nice and it's so clean. And the people that are working here collect, like if there's any plastic that comes up, they collect the plastic. So it's like a really clean beach. Sand is so soft. Just love it here. Thank you. Thanks very much. So this is by the beach at Till's. There's some sun loungers here, and then there's like a beach bar up there, and then the communal pool's up there. Honestly, sand is like nature's best. Me and my sleeping baby. Honestly, this is just the actual life. Imagine I could be at home, I would be in the car so much, and he'd be sleeping in his car seat, or I could be by the beach and he's sleeping in the buggy. And like, there's such a sea breeze that it's really nice for him. It's not too hot. So some people have actually asked me about travelling with kids, with practically a newborn, and personally I find traveling with babies so easy. Okay, taking away the sort of packing aspect, when he's breastfed exclusively. My 2-year-old does drink milk, so like we brought the milk that he drinks, because I stopped breastfeeding him when I found out I was pregnant with him. So I stopped breastfeeding him when he was about 1.5. I was like, tandem feeding is not for me. Look, he's actually waking up. Anyway, so we brought the bottles of milk for him in the suitcase, and nappies. We just brought like big bags of nappies. I split everything into 2 suitcases because I know too many people that have lost suitcases. So I literally split everybody's clothes into two. And then what I do is for the first half of the week I use one suitcase, and the second half of the week I use another. It also means if a suitcase goes missing, we still have plenty of clothes and nappies and everything like that. Yeah, personally I prefer to travel hand luggage only if it's an option, because then you don't have to wait at the other side, wait an hour and a half for our bags to actually come. Whereas when you're hand luggage, you just go straight through, and like with little ones, that wait is just can tip you over the edge sometimes. It's actually okay. And another great thing about obviously coming in here is you can get a SIM card at the airport. So yeah, but yeah, I find traveling with babies easy because basically I'm just breastfeeding him. I just feed him on the flight, make sure I feed him when he's going up, when he's coming back down, so that he's sucking so his ears don't pop. And then I'm just feeding him throughout, and he's just sleeping. He's so young that he spends most of the time sleeping anyway. And then my 2-year-old, he's the one that's a little bit more, you know, got a bit more energy about him. So I feel like that age can be a tricky age to travel. But I obviously have my husband there. My mum was also on the same flight, but she was like, we were not sitting together. So it was just basically me and my husband and the kids. But the older kids, they can do their own thing. They just like watch the screen, maybe do some colouring, watch their iPads, that sort of thing. My baby, for the 2-year-old, we packed things like Play-Doh, which kept him entertained for a bit, stickers, and all sorts to keep him entertained. And it kind of worked. But there was moments that he would have loved to just break free from that airplane. On the way there was actually like a lot of turbulence, and for a long time over the Pyrenees mountains. Who's heard of that? I didn't know. Apparently like it's a natural thing that like at the Pyrenees mountains the water, the air, the wind like goes up, and then we were literally like and I don't mind turbulence, but on this occasion it was quite a lot, and it was going on for ages. It probably went on for 30 minutes. So yeah, I mean, at the end when everyone clapped, that used to be a thing that everyone did on flights to Ghana anyway. When it landed, everyone would clap. This time I was clapping with everyone else because I was like, thank God we've made this journey. But I'm so grateful to be here, so glad to have made the decision last minute to come here, because I really needed this. Honestly, being by the beach, being by the sea, I feel like I'm using this so that I can see him. Look how sandy I am. So yeah, we're only here for a week, so it's a pretty short trip, and it feels like so much to like prep all the things, you know, packing and that for just a week. But it is what it is. We just had some lunch, some fresh coconut. Yum. I'm honestly so relaxed right now. See, they're cleaning up the beach of the seaweed. It's our last day at Tills. There's definitely worse places to wake up. This is absolutely stunning.
This villa cost $500 per night, and we had a really great time. There was this guy selling these bracelets and things which the kids got, and then we had a game of paddle, something I'd never played before but was actually pretty fun. Kind of grasped the concept of it, but I'd love to play it again.
We are just walking on our last day at Tills.
We then checked into Movenpick in Accra. We love this hotel, and this is a bird's eye view.
So over there they actually have houses like all around here. I looked at them once. I think they were like literally $2 million for sale and $10,000 a month to rent. But how amazing would it be to be able to just use the Movenpick pool as your own pool? I think someone's having a birthday party in their garden, and there's also a wedding going on right now.
This is our room. It had two separate spaces, so there was the bedroom and then there was the living room connected, which had basically three sofa bed type situations going on.
We've got 3 nights left. Honestly, it's flown in. It's such a short trip. Why didn't we stay longer? I mean, it was because of the school holidays and everything is the amount of time we could stay. But I would have loved to stay way longer. We've moved to Accra now and we are staying at Movenpick. We managed to upgrade the room because we got like an email offer to upgrade, and we took it, and it was pretty decent. It was like £50 per night extra to upgrade to a suite. And the service here, I cannot, so good, like I cannot fault it. It's been great. We stayed here once before in 2021, I think it was, or 2020. No, it was like during like COVID time, so it was 2020 to 2021, and a lot has actually changed. Like they've done up the restaurant. There's a kids pool that in my whole time of ever being in Movenpick had never been open. It's finally open, which is so nice, and it's like the perfect place for my 2-year-old to stay. I honestly think that Movenpick, I'm not paid, like we paid for our own room. I honestly think it's one of the best hotels to stay at in Accra, especially with a family or even without a family. I guess the competitor to it would probably be Kempinski, but personally I prefer the pool and everything at Movenpick because Kempinski pool is a bit smaller. But yeah, we've been really enjoying it. There's also a lounge, and because I'm like an Accor member, it just shows you to sign up to be a member. Because I'm an Accor member, and we've stayed at Accor hotels before, like we stayed at the Sofitel in Marrakesh. We basically got access to this lounge, and it's free, basically like free food and drinks all day long. Last night we ate there, and I'll show you it tonight, but basically there's like buffet dinner as well as alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, and I think you get that when you're a certain level of being an Accor member, like an all member. They also put decorations on our bed when we checked in. I'm a sucker for those things. It's like I'm going to be staying at more Accor hotels. I've actually booked another Accor hotel for our summer holiday when we're going to Spain. So clearly I'm sucked in. They got me with their marketing. But yeah, no, it's been so relaxing and nice here. And there's also, because it's the Easter holidays, there's been a lot of other kids for the kids to play with in the pool. But I'm trying to stay out of the sun between the hours of 12 and 2 because some of us got burnt, not me. So I really don't want them to get burnt. So I'm gonna stay out of the sun. So we're here early, literally the first ones at the pool. Keen. But we will not be here in those sunlight hours. But I actually think they got burnt by the beach, and I think that the rays here probably aren't as much because of the pollution in Accra. Not a good thing, but I don't know if you're going to get as burnt in Accra. But anyway, they're covered. Like for the younger kids, I have like full-on outfits. I mean, the baby's obviously not going in the pool. He's 2 months old. And he doesn't need chlorine on his skin. I mean, he'd not even really had anything on his skin until we came here. And also the mosquito repellent isn't really for, it says from 6 months plus. So I've just been spraying his outfits in it to try and repel those mosquitoes. And so far, so good. The thing about this hotel is it's actually really relaxing, but like we are in Accra, so you do get the sounds of, like you can hear that. But it's very relaxing. I booked 2 nights and then I booked 2 nights free cancellation, so I booked 4 nights in total, because I didn't know if it would like work for us, but I think I'm going to keep the last 2 nights. Like check-in, yeah, the breakfast as well, so the restaurant, they've done up the restaurant, and the breakfast area is so nice now, like, and the food was great. Just loving it. And my daughter even said, oh, everyone's so nice here, and in Ghana in general. And she was like, I want to move to Ghana. I was like, I've asked you if you want to move to Ghana not that long ago, and you said you want to stay with your friends. She was like, actually maybe I'll just come on holiday and I'll bring my friends with me. Every time we come, this is what happened last time we come, I was like, also if we moved here, we're not staying in Movenpick, we're not living in Movenpick. So So when we were staying by the beach there at Tills, the electricity kept going on and off, but they had a generator, so it would like go off and then the generator would kick in, so it was fine. But it's crazy, like the light off over there must be constant. We took 2 travel strollers with us. One was the baby jogger, which is this one, and the other one was the yo-yo. And this baby jogger, I think it's called the City Tour 2, has been so great because you can use it from newborn. So our baby has been napping in it, and then the other one, the yo-yo, we've been using for our 2-year-olds, like for naps and stuff like that. But the baby jogger, it's much cheaper than the yo-yo. I think right now it's about £180 in the UK. But it's really, honestly, it's been excellent. It's sturdy. It goes in the overhead compartment of the aeroplane, and it's from newborn, whereas like a lot of the travel strollers you cannot use from newborn. So I think it's unique in that way, and I've been loving it. And it's easy to like adjust and everything anyway. Just if you were interested in strollers. The yo-yo is also great, but this one's easier to fold up as well. So like the yo-yo is excellent, but like to use it from newborn, you need an extra bit, like a bassinet thing to attach. Whereas this one, because it lies flat, you can just lie in it.
The great thing about Movenpick, by the way, this is in nowhere an ad, we paid to stay here, is that it has some shops and a pharmacy, and you can get your hair done, your nails done there. Both my son got his hair twisted and then cut, and my daughter got her hair braided there as well. And this is the dining room. It's called Sankofa, I think, if I remember correctly. And this was the lunch buffet, which I didn't actually have because I was working, but my husband was the one that took this video and he had it. Looks lovely. But what I did have, this is like the lobby sort of entrance way where people can just hang out and chill. This is 1-to-1 bar where you can have a drink or anything like that. We clearly didn't have time for that. But this was the breakfast. The breakfast was lovely. They had a lot of different choices, fresh fruit, which I love, the mango, which we can see there. Yum.
I have not been great with vlogging on this trip. Honestly, my favourite YouTuber, Our Tribe of Many, she has 11 children. I don't know how she does it. I mean, I don't know how she does the vlogging alongside all the children, because I've only got 4, and trying to vlog and be a mum side by side is challenging. I think more so with like my toddler and baby, not like my older 2 children, you know, they are no distraction. But anyway, I just filmed a video with Cape May Properties, and they have a new development at Selton Sky. So I've done videos on the Signature before, so I went back to the Signature, we looked around there. There's something that I've opened that I hadn't seen before, and then we went over to the Selton Sky like groundworks. You know, they're just doing the foundations and everything and moving forward with their new project. It's going to be the tallest residential building in the whole of Ghana, which is pretty cool. I think it's 28 floors or something like that high, basically. But we just went to, and my kids came with me, take your kids to work day, but they at Signature there's like a movie room, so they went in there and picked a film from Netflix. What film did you watch?
It was called We Can Be Heroes.
They watched We Can Be Heroes, and then we moved on. So now we're just in Eastleigh Gone. We just went to eat at Pinocchio's, where we used to love to go all the time, and the ice cream now is great. The pizza I think is like some of the best pizza I've ever had in the world. And now we're off to see my land. Yeah, the whole land thing is like a very interesting one, but I want to go and see I've walled the land. I've not started building on it yet, so I want to just go and see that everything is okay over there, and maybe give some money to the people that are like looking over the land. And yeah, there's basically like sort of land guards that guard that whole area because they sold 50 plots in the same location. So like they guard that whole area. So like every time I come into town, I go, you know, give them some money to just make sure you're protecting my land. And yeah, and now we just stopped off at Joyful Donuts, which is, yeah, what I was quite surprised at was the Pinocchio, where we love to go for pizza. They still have the same staff that they had 3 years ago, and like previous to that when we used to go there all the time. And I don't know why I thought that there was like a high turnover at staff at places, but clearly not. It was like the same security guard, the same server, so it was so nice to see them again. And yeah, I was quite surprised at that.
We went to the Green Butterfly Market, which we loved to go to when we lived here. I think it's on the first Saturday of every month. Or there's lots and lots of different things you can buy from local sellers. What I would say is it was way too hot. Like, for some reason, just the way that the canapes were, it was just so hot. Went to Pate Show.
It's our last day. I'm really sad to leave, but all good things must come to an end, I guess.
Then before we knew it, our week was over and we actually managed to book business class for pretty much the same price as booking economy, which was a win for us. And my toddler, who's 2, who can be quite, you know, challenging on the plane, slept the whole way through. So it was a win-win. Thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.